5, 4, 3, 2.
Crank it, Jerry.
Welcome to Into the Wild, the official podcast of the Washington Wild Pigs.
What do you hear? What do you say?
It's the best sports podcast in the world. Wait, is that true?
If you're committed enough, you can make any story. I once convinced a woman that I was Kevin Costner, and it worked because I believed it.
Now, here's your host, Kyle Dawson.
Did you get the popcorn?
Wild Things Baseball 2025 on the Wild Things Baseball Network is presented by Rocco's Rolls. Roll with the best. Specialty rolls done right. Broadcast also sponsored in part by the Pennsylvania Lottery, which benefits older Pennsylvanians every day. Must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. By Sonic, the Big Dill Meal. More than a pickle meal, Matthew. A pickle masterpiece. Live free. Eat Sonic. By Baker's Waterproofing, a groundworks company, online at bakerswaterproofing.com. By Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Get your box combo today. Make your craveable dreams a reality. And by Victory Toyota Highlands, which can help find the new Toyota that fits your budget and style. Online at victorytoyotahighlands.com. Final score today, Washington 7 and Windy City 5. The Wild Things get around some traffic, play a little Frogger in the ninth inning, but find a way to take the series with a rubber game victory here on a hot day in Crestwood, Illinois. Let's go through the scoring. The Windy City Thunderbolts struck first in the bottom of the first inning. RBI double by Darryl Ruiz scored James Dunlap an unearned run against the line of Jordan DiValerio. In the top of the second, Washington got a run back. RBI single by Cole Fowler brought home Wagner Lagrange. He had doubled to start the second inning and scored on the Fowler single, made it 1-1. Thunderbolts got a run back in the bottom of the third to take the lead again. RBI single by Ruiz scored Cam Feltz, who had singled and stolen second base, scored from second on that base hit. And then Washington took over. In the top of the fifth, the Wild Things grabbed their next two runs to take a 3-2 lead. RBI triple by Eddie Hakopi and an RBI single by Ben Watson made it 3-2 Washington. Would add two in the top of the sixth inning. RBI single by Cole Fowler, sac fly by Kyle Edwards, his first professional RBI, after he had picked up his first professional hit and scored the second run in the fifth inning. And in the bottom of the sixth inning, the controversial call that allowed Grant Thorman to reach on a double on the ball up the left field line that Wagner Lagrange attempted a slide and grab on was called fair. And then the next batter, Dakota Kotowski, hit a ball off the top of the wall that bounced over the wall for a two-run homer, made it 5-4. Andrew Check's two-run homer in the top of the seventh ends up being the difference in this game. His two-run homer was his 18th of the year, 80th of his career, 65 RBI, a new career high as he continues to build on that. That made it 7-4. And then Windy City got a run back in the ninth inning on the RBI single by David Mayberry that scored Cam Feltz. And that was it. Thunderbolts stranded him full in the ninth inning, including the tying and winning runs on base in this rubber game. The season series is tied, and Washington gets out hit today, but ends up with the win, and that is the most important thing. The Wild Things are now 5 games over 500 at 34-29, and the Windy City Thunderbolts fall to 21-42 on the season. The line totals: Washington 7 runs on 10 hits, 2 errors officially, and 8 left on base. The Thunderbolts 5 runs on 12 hits and error, and the Bolts left 10. The winning pitcher is Jordan DiValerio. He goes to 8-3. The loser is Dante Maeda, 1-2, and Andrew Herbert, his 9th save of the season for the Wild Things, and that has not been inputted yet, so have to send a text there. And now we can talk about it. Good win for the Wild Things. Did enough offensively. They did enough situationally today on the mound to get around the 12-hit day by Windy City. And you take this series win, and you're going to try to build on it now because you're 4-2 on the road here to start the second half of the Frontier League's campaign. And now you go home for 13 of 15 in a ballpark you've played well in And at the end of this first homestand of that set, you're going to have a chance with the Lake Erie Crushers. You got to take advantage of who's coming in before that.
Yeah, little dicey at the end, but a solid win. You take the series against Windy City. And like you mentioned, it's been a good start to this second half, and part of the reason that today was so big, we talked about it pregame, and the series as a whole, is it allows you to continue that momentum heading into a stretch where you've got a bunch of home games and a bunch of games against teams that you are expected to beat, in addition to what's looking like it could be a very, very big matchup against the Lake Erie Crushers. So you get the job done, you take the win. The offense looked much better today in situational hitting, which, like I said, has been a big key to this year in terms of the success or failure. Little bit, a lot of traffic at the end, but the only column that matters is the win column. And you can add one to the Wild Things total today.
Our broadcast tomorrow of the first between the Florence Yalls and the Wild Things may start a bit early. Again, I mentioned that Chris Carter will be inducted into the Hall of Fame tomorrow, the Frontier League Hall of Fame, before the game tomorrow. I don't have a time on that yet, but expect that we will try and come on the air, at least on the Frontier League Network side of things, for that induction ceremony. Obviously, we have the ability to take the PA feed on our mixer at home, so we will probably do that, come on the air a bit early, and then we'll have the first of three between the Yalls and the Wild Things. I don't know who's going to pitch for Florence. Imagine we'll find out later today. Zach Kirby is going to take the ball for Washington tomorrow night in EQT Park, and we will have the first pitch for you coming up at 7:05 tomorrow night. Now it's a trek home for Washington, and a happy trek home at that after a series victory in Crestwood, Illinois against the Windy City Thunderbolts. 7-5 the final tonight. For Matthew Gustafson and myself, Kyle Dawson, all of us at the Washington Wild Things, thank you for tuning in to our day broadcast today in the last couple of games over the road trip. We'll see some of you tomorrow night at EQT Park for the first of the 7-game homestand with the Florence Yalls. Until then, good night, good afternoon, I guess. Not good night. We'll chat with you on the flip side from Washington, Pennsylvania. Okay, bye. Point. Here's the pitch, and Fowler grounds it through the left side, base hit. Shortstop dived, made an attempt, and couldn't get it. Ball is bobbled out in left field, so an error will be charged to allow Andrew Check to scamper to third, but Lagrange scores. It's an RBI single for Cole Fowler, and Washington ties the game. 0-2 from DiValerio to Dunlap, wave and a miss by the slider. Nice pitch. And the first strikeout of the day for Jordan is a big first out in this third inning with Phelps at second.
Among the next level things yesterday, Edwards sends it through the right side, and that is pro hit number 1 for the Old Dominion product. Maeda looking back as Edward dances off the bag at second. Fly ball out to the right center gap. That's going to get down for a 2-bagger. Edwards rounding for home. And that's going to be rounding for third is Hakopian. Dives into the bag, and he's going to have an RBI triple. So we get set for another 0-2. Sends it right back up the middle, and that's career RBI number 1 for Ben Watson. Wild Things lead 3-2. DiValerio, quick look back at second. The runner goes on the 2-2. Not going to matter. Strike 3. And now the delivery. Sends it through the right side of the infield. Check rounding for home. The play at the plate is going to be cut off. So a 4-2 lead for Washington and runners on the corners as Cole Fowler comes up in the clutch once again. 18 walks to 15 strikeouts. Here's the 0-1. Fly ball sent into the left center gap. Making the grab is Thurman. Tagging for home is LaCory, and he's going to reach home safely.
Probably infer on that call. Here's Check with a fly ball deep out to right. Katowski a couple steps. It is gone. Andrew Check, his 18th home run of the season, number 80 in his professional career, delivers a 2-run blow in the top of the 7th. His second home run of the series, and they get him right back. It's now 7-4. Got to the bottom of the 8th here. Here's the 2-2, swing and a miss, and the breaking ball gets Thorman to chase. First strikeout of the inning for Nahas, 2 away. The playoff series, and it would again be Gateway and Lake Erie. That's a swing called by Chris Fackler, and Josh Gibson is going to be down on strikes on the tag by Hillier to complete it. Quickly checks the runners, comes home. Called strike 3, ball game. Inner third for Herbert, who seals the deal around the traffic, and Washington takes it 7-5.